Hi, Sarah, it's Mia. I cannot hear you, and in the chat, other people say they can't hear you either.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry about that. Well, that's helpful. Thank you. I'd pressed the wrong button on when I started the live. So we've got the highs and the, sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat, the highs and the lows. It's just because we're an hour out of American sync time on the summertime. So we've got the D point, I think is pretty good. The B, I'm sure about, and the X, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 down to the A point. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the fifth one. So that's 23rd of the 3rd at 2100. And then a very short little one there. So I think I'm going to leave it 1, 2, 3, 4th, whether I should put it on that one. It seems to be on that longer one there. Sometimes I found the scan slightly, I think that 1.354. I don't think it's going to make a lot of difference. I just feel it might be better on that one. No, I think it needs to go back. I think we'll leave it there. Just check the shape when you're doing these. That looks about right. And then just bear with me while I put the pitchfork on, which is what I work off. So it's the top one there, just plain pitchfork. Have your magnet on, click on the X to the C to the D. Come down here to this object box, bottom left, just tidy up the charts. You don't need those brush marks anymore. Once you've checked, it looks okay. And then down to the 1 minute. And what I do is just come across and then look, what you want is the highest point nearest where the D is. So I'm going to move it over to that. So 60 candles in an hour. And you want the pitchfork accurate, otherwise over a long period of time it could be out by, it'll amplify how much it's out, and it'll be out like 100 pips over a period of months. It'll escalate and then make it totally untradeable. So this is the only fiddly bit. If TradingView only goes back 2 weeks, so go to the 5 minute. If it won't let you, go down to the 1 minute, depending on how big the scan is. Move that across to there. The A point's okay there. And then the X, and then you're good to go. So just even that little bit there, it's just the pitchfork. The pink one is just the shape. So once you've done that, come down to your object box. If you do want to put pitchforks on, just use the padlock to lock it on. And then you don't need to worry about it slipping. Come back to the 1 hour. And let's have a look. So you can see how it's moved a lot in terms of pips, like a lot of the currencies. Now Euro JPY will move in London session, and I want to move the Fibonacci now, which is that was our old line on the 15-minute we drew yesterday. So we're on the hourly, so we want schools have to be closed because we want 2 candles to the left or right, and we've only got the second candle forming at the moment. If you look on here, so here on the hourly, 1, 2, 3, we've got the 4th one, so the D, so it should be okay for us. So it's done it as one long green one on TradingView. Now you can see here it's saying that counter is the hourly candle counting to when it closes. So we need to wait on TradingView. We can draw our fib on the Harmonic Scanner, but we're not getting the same number of candles. So I can't draw, I can put this on for us, which is the horizontal ray. Let me take the fib off so we clear it up a bit. So the horizontal ray needs to be at the moment, there's your D point, there's that second candle to the left, which looks like it's going to be lower, but you won't know how that candle is going to close until a few minutes before the hour. So you can't make your decision until then, but you're looking for 50% of the second candle to the left, whoops, wrong one, left or right of the D point. This is a bit difficult because the doji is so small. But, it's the body of the candle that you want. And you may have to move it therefore when this second candle to the right closes. But at the moment, what we would be doing is, this is very strange drawing, isn't it? Because that D point is not up at the end of the candle. So I'm not liking that. I've got the hourly, Euro JPY hourly. Check that, 24th of the 3rd at 10, 24th at 12, there it is at 11. I think I may have to move that. I think that should be, I'm finding this one a bit confusing, I have to say. D point there at 10, which would mean we're out by an hour. That is definitely wrong, sitting where it is sitting. So if we move it back there, I think that's better. We still have 1, 2, that would give us the D point to the body, half of it there on that second candle. I'll just zoom out. There. So that's what you're going to be looking for when you draw your fib. Still only got 3 candles here, but I think that's better than, it must be because of the time change. 11, 12, 1, 2, 11, 12, 1, 2. Yeah, and it's the next one to that one. So I'm going to leave it, definitely going to leave it there. And let me just come back down to the 1 minute to make sure it's on the best candle, the highest, which it isn't. So we're going to move it to there, which does put us back at 12. But I think that's going to be better. Okay, so back to the hourly. So we'll put on, you'll have to adjust this as the trade develops. As I say, you need to check that second candle to the right before you make your decision on the Fibonacci. And that has now moved my horizontal array again. So I'm going to put it right over that doji there. And I'm just going to lock on that D point again. Okay, so let me take off, I'll just hide the pitchfork so it's not confusing us. And so what you're going to do, once you've got your D point, whether you do it on here or on here, is once you've drawn it on and checked it and locked it, yes, and you can see it's, I've never really had that happen before. But I suppose it's the markets are a bit strange, aren't they? Because normally I would always see it appearing at the end there. But I know it was right on the 1 minute. So put your horizontal ray, which you find up here, which is just a half line instead of all the way across, and then pull it up or down so it's 50% of the body of the candle to the left or the right. Wait for this one to close at the end of the hour, and then get your Fibonacci, which is up here under the one with pitchfork. You just want fib retracement. I've marked it as a favorite. Click on that and then put it on 100% on the D point. And I've got my lines showing. We look at the settings. Here are your settings. Now I've got a black screen, so I've got the 0 in white, which is your breakout area. Your 0.25 is your test area. Once that's where you're going to set your, in this case, sell limit on your pending order for it to activate the trade. The 1, I've got it in pink. Some people do it in red. That's your stop loss. And the is minus 0.75 is your take profit area. So I'll just give you a moment to take a screenshot. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you've got that. And let's see if we can get, I think must have clicked off the extend lines. Now I've got the extend lines on. Just want to see reverse prices, use one color, labels to the left. There's the 0 line. Doesn't seem to be as clear as it was. I've not got the I've not got the right boxes ticked somewhere. Trend line. Don't need that. Use one color. Don't need the background on. Don't need reversal prices. Levels, percents, and labels to the left. Don't want any of that. That's my other. I'm getting a bit strange why I can't see my lines. Normally I have the lines going across. I've got to extend lines ticked as well. No. Settings. Trend line. Levels line. Use one color. Don't need that. Background is off. Don't need reverse. Don't need prices. I've got the levels and I've got the labels. Fib levels based on log scale. Okay, well there's your 0 line. Here's the 25. It's not looking very clear, is it? Just zoom in. So basically, I wonder whether my trading view is glitching then, because why can't I see my lines? I'll have to draw them on for today and work it out later rather than hold us up. So if I clone that, there's your 100%. You do need fibs on accurately. That is your 100%, 125. That's our profit level. Those settings line in pink, because that's your stop loss. And the 25 line here hopefully your settings are working better than mine. It was working fine this morning when I was testing something. That's not right. Sorry guys, I don't know why it's glitching like this, but that 25 line, that 25 line is the one I want in. So it's going to be somewhere around there, but you've got to put this on as a fib, not like I'm doing it to get it accurate. So I'm going to change the color on that to the 25 is going to be in blue. I'll leave it like that. The white one is going to be your 0 line, which is, I've got it in white, but you'll have it in black if you're doing it on the Harmonic Scanner, because that is your breakout line. And then the blue line here is your take profit. So I'm going to change that to
Texas Workforce
green. Okay, let me come out of Zoom so we can see it a bit clearer. So once this candle has completed, 2 candles to the left or right, take the body of the candle. I found Euro JPY strange yesterday. Maybe I shouldn't have come back to it today. Well, I did find the draw. I just wanted to mark up the new drawing because I saw it had reprinted, and then put the fib on, but I'm having trouble seeing the lines of the fib for the 25 to life, and I don't know why. I'm going to have to look at my trading view later, because I didn't have trouble with it this morning. For some reason, I'm not seeing the lines, although I can't see what's wrong with my settings, so I'm sorry about that. So I'm just showing you the principle here. So the what you want price to do is come down, retest your 25 line, and then drop down and set your sell limit on the 0.25. The pink line is your stop loss. So you will put a short position on from your entry where it activates and work out your risk to reward ratio. Well, that's rather big. Just move that along, because sometimes I find with these they've got very big stop losses. So if that's your take profit there, move your short position up there. You can see it says 1.25 ratio, 30 pip stop loss to a 38 pip take profit. So you have to work out if you're happy with that risk to reward. Normally I'll work on a 1 to 2, 10 pips to a 20 pip profit. So that's a bit too juicy for my liking there, but you get the principle. Wait for the second candle to the left or right to close. Put your 0 line to the middle of the body of either of the longest candles. In this case, it's the one on the left. And then set your sell limit, as this is a sell scan, on the price at the 0.25 line of the fib, because price will come down. It has to candle close outside of the white line for me. Yours might be in black if you've got the white screen in the background. Not just the wick closing, but the actual body of the candle closing below this breakout line. Then it will come back up and test that 25, activate your order, and come down to take profit there. And you can set that as a take profit if you want, or put one of your trailing stops on and have it close out half your profits, leaving the rest to run to that point. So the scanner gave us a stop loss of 120.212. It's actually moved it lower down. An entry of 120.05, 120.05, so it's saying down here, and a take profit one of 119.65. So it's saying down here. Now, if I put on some other things that might help you, the quarters theory will be a line where price will stall, because it's a very strong line of support and resistance. So look out on this trade for 120.000, because price will stall there like it has here. It touches it. Look how it respected it across here, and here and there, rejected off that, and it's come up. So quarter theory is very important, and I use this 1 minute line at moving average. Think of it like a rolling line of support and resistance, the orange line. So on the hourly, price is still well above that. And this is the 1 minute shown on the 15-minute chart. So price is still wanting to move on up on the hourly, but that we need to come closer and see what it's doing on the 15 minutes, which we will look at. And I'll go and just show you it over here. So over here, we can see that it is leveling out. And then on the 1 minute, in fact price is now broken through, because that's your most recent trend. The 1 minute shows you the momentum in the market, and you can see price. That's a very good sign for a sell. It's below quarter theory. It's come down below the 62 EMA moving average. So I do all my entries on the 1 minute for a precise entry. So that's showing you the current state of play, and look at that move, which brings us on to how fast things are moving at the moment in this market. So what I want to spend the rest of the session on is just looking at a slow moving pair, which was AUDCAD, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. Now, this is normally a very good pair to learn on because it only moves at a speed of 3 out of 10. But what's been so crazy about this is you can see off this D point on the 21st of February, this is when I was trading it, it's moved, in fact, where's my quarters theory, just disappeared. It's moved, quarter theory's just disappeared off the screen. Take the measurement from the D point, and it's moved apart from the D point, slightly off, but that'll do, up to there, 300 pips. 300 pips in 14 days. And I mean, it's just incredible. So that's over 2 weeks of trading, because normally it's such a slow pair, you'd be lucky to get 10 or 20 pips out of it in a session. So if you're new, go back to a pair like Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, because even this one is wild and wacky. And you can see how it's respected quarter theory. If it'll turn on for me, it should turn on the 15 minute, switch it off, switch it on again. These are my pitchforks, so you can see how price has stalled off the pitchfork. The 62's come up above here, gone up, tested the pitchfork again, stalled out there. That's this week. Quite a wild pair it's been this week, and that's, as I say, unheard of that it would normally move this number of pips. Let me put on the half hour, see if that brings up quarter theory. That's strange, my trading view seems a bit glitchy today. It's all okay, just not turning on, even though I've got it unhidden. Very odd. Go back to the 15 minute. Turn it off and turn it on. Nope, doesn't like it. So look at that crazy drop. Oh, here we are. Brilliant. Ah, now this is looking very good at the moment, because your 62 has just crossed above your 15 minute. The 1 minute's crossed above, meaning it's an indication for a buy. I just show you here the checklist of confirmations that I use. So if you're using 25 to life or BYOB, you'll have a checklist. So have I got a pitchfork touch? Have I got a quarter theory touch? As the 62 EMA crossed the 15 minute one, and then I've got some other confirmations that I use there. So on the 15 minute, I've got a nice setup here, looking like it's a very good buy. If we go to the 1 minute, and I haven't got it in a pitchfork, that's all. And let me just see, let me just check these settings. There's the extensions of the pitchfork. So it's just coming up. So normally what I would do is wait till it's back in a pitchfork rather than trade it like this, but you can do what we call a quarter theory trade. Now let me just And I know, by the way, we had some USD red flag news, which was just at the open of the session. Or in fact, is it now 24th, 2:45 my time? So it's just now. So I wouldn't be trading US dollar now. That's 1:45 your time in the UK. So here we've got there's our trend, 1 minute trend line. Just slip through underneath. Right, come on. Something like that, I think. Oh, that's it. So just getting some touches on there. It slipped through there, but the reason it's done that is it's tested the 15-minute, and you can see price is now testing quarter theory, a break and a retest. So this is a buy. And let's zoom in, see if I can show it to you more clearly. You just want to wait for it to get above that 62. I wouldn't be getting in it just yet. And also look at the time. Take that up there. See if I can get it a bit better on the touches. You want at least 3 touches when you're drawing a trend line. So I've had some slippage through it. This is what I mean. This is a slow moving pair in normal times, and you've got it moving quite fast. So when you're trading in this type of market, you either need to go to slow pairs or move your stop loss, make your stop loss a bit bigger. So slow pairs, I would suggest Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, JPY, although that can move quite a bit in a day. New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar is very slow moving pair. New Zealand dollar, USD, very slow moving. New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc, very slow moving. Australian dollar, US dollar, very slow moving. And US dollar, Swiss franc, very slow moving. So move to very slow moving pairs because even those are moving faster. So if you are looking at this as a trade, then you're looking for it to go to the next level, up to that here. I haven't got a pitchfork, that's all. So you've got 30 pips from where it is at the moment, and you've got a 20 pip stop loss. That's a 1.5 risk to reward. There is your quarter theory, which it's been testing. It's now moving above the 62. If you don't think it's going to go up to this next level, then look at your previous highs and lows and look at the time of day. So don't get in this 10 minutes before the hour, wait until it's moved up a bit. And we could also put a fib on it because I haven't got a pitchfork. So fib retracement, low to high. The thing about fibs, I have a bit of a love-hate relationship with them because they're constantly moving. And I need to put on, oh, there's my lines have appeared. How weird is that? Right, I need to put on my other fib. Apply defaults. I think that's mine. So yeah, so on your fib, 100%, as this is a buy, your fib is going to go from there to there. And normally what I will do is take them like this. So my 0% is my take profit 1, the minus 27 is take profit 2, and this minus 61.8 is my take profit 3. So it's just coming up now. So that would give you 20 pips up to take profit 1, and then see what it does. Because as I say, it is quite a wild pair, as the market is so strange at the moment. So we've got a nice little rejection of the 88.6 there. So that's my favorite. But you can see it's, you know, working its way down. You will get a fake out just before the hour. So if we look just before 1 o'clock, 12:16, 1 o'clock my time, see 12:58. So it dropped right down there for the first 15 minutes after the hour. You'll get a fake out before the hour, and a fake out means a push in the opposite direction from the way the trend is going. Now, if you're not sure what the trend is doing, then go out to a longer time frame, and you can see that the trend on this is up, and you'll have trends within trends. If you go out to the hourly, the hourly shows it's been in a strong downward trend since the 12th of March, where the 1 minute EMA passed under the 15 minute. So for the last 10 days of trading, it's been in a strong downward trend, but it now seems to be turning back up. So you know, you can trade trends within trends. You can see here you've got a buy there, which would have been, it's outside a pitchfork, but it, you know, that was 500 pips. Jeez, that was in, and that's a slow moving pair. That's in 14 hours. Isn't that incredible? So you had a buy trend there within a longer term downtrend. So you will always get trends within trends that you can trade. So AUDCAD, I think for a buy up to, just write down the figures. And there it is moving, but beware of just before the hour. So you've got you want three barriers between you and your entry price. I've got one there with a trend line. I've got the fib, 50% fib, and I've got the quarter theory. So I've got stop loss at 0.85488, an entry price of 0.85686 or thereabouts, above the 62, and then a take profit at 0.85912, which would be 20 pips. But you're only 1-to-1, and that's because of the market as it is at the moment. So and this is a slow pair, so this, you know, could well come back down and say it wants to test down here, so you really need to cover yourself on spreads and commissions. Can you see all these previous lows at the same point where it's come back to quarter theory? But we have got it, in fact it's just short of the 88.6, and my other favorite's the 61. It has rejected off there. You can see it stalling out there, so it still should be okay, but who knows, it's just dropping down again, and the 62 has leveled off. So if you're new, you need to make sure that you are moving your, let's put this on, you need to make sure that you're moving your stop loss, which is this, up to stop profit, 1 to 1.5 pips in profit as soon as you can, to protect yourself against the market reversing quickly on you, and then use your previous lows or your fibs to, or your 62, trail it a couple of pips behind that to allow the market to move, to allow price to breathe, and gradually be moving it up. You can do that by setting alerts or doing it manually, and that's how I'm trading in this market, because you do need a bigger stop loss and you don't want to get caught out. So let's just have a look at whether there's any other scans we want to look at. Euro USD, deep crab, 2 candles to the right, 2 candles to the left. You want to take that one to the right and put your 50% line there. There's your 25 to life setup on that one. I don't think, well, I could just draw it, deep crab. So I'll just draw this one before we go. Has anyone got any questions? Anybody in anything? Anyone want to ask about anything? X point is 23rd of the 3rd, 1400. And I'll update you on the AUDCAD on the watch list, and also the Euro JPY, which I found a bit of a strange one, I have to say. B, 24th 3rd at 01. C, 24th of the 3rd at 05. And D, 24th of the 3rd at 11. That's Euro USD. And that is on the hourly. Let's just see what that's doing. It is moving up now. I don't know, is anyone getting that at the moment? And you can also do this. You can, trend lines aren't fixed in stone. You can also do trend lines again. There's another one that's a bit tighter. And it just helps you see where its price is going. So it is staying above the 62 at the moment, but the 62 is dipping down. So this could well be the fake out before the hour. So we'll just watch this for a minute. Now, when I'm exiting a trade, I won't draw because of time. I don't want to hold up Sharon's session. I won't draw Euro USD, but this is what I use for getting out of trades. It's called the Hull multi-time frame analysis. And it should just switch on. So you've got the 15-minute band in the background. So it says to me, price is green, price is moving up over the 15 minutes. And then the line going through price, let me know if you want the settings, is red for a sell and then green for a buy. So it is moving up on the 15-minute. It's just now, if it has 2 flips of the red, I'm out the trade, but only if they're big flips like that. So that's just a small flip at the moment, and it is respecting that new 1-minute trend. So I'm going to stop sharing now. I don't want to hold up the next session. Has anyone got any questions or anything for me today? Was that helpful? Anybody in any trades or getting in anything? Oh, chat, sorry. None of us can hear you, no sound. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, okay, well, hopefully I'll put that right. So I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll keep an eye on that AUDCAD and also the Euro JPY. I'll put the AUDCAD in the watch list. That seems to be moving now. And I'll let you all get on to Sharon's session. So I'm just going to stop recording.